audio on demand from Vision Christian Media.
Exploring faith and the future. Neil Johnson and Bible teacher Dr. Camille Majdali.
We've been enjoying discussion about some of the New Testament books of the Bible. Some of them called epistles because they're letters that have been written by the Apostle Paul to early churches. Let's talk about one today that introduces something of the idea of the last times, the second coming of Christ, or even what is sometimes renowned to be the rapture of the church. And I know they're different, Camille, but these are interesting concepts introduced in the letters to the Thessalonians.
That's right. Paul wrote 2 letters to the church at Thessalonica. If you read about his visit there in Acts, it was a very fruitful but turbulent time. And in fact, he was run out of town. That's how turbulent it was. But out of it, he had a relationship with this daughter church, which included these 2 epistles, and both epistles focus on the coming of the Lord. In the first epistle to the Thessalonians, about the coming of the Lord to comfort the church. 2 Thessalonians is the coming of the Lord to judge the world. And that's amazing because, well, yes, both things happen when Christ returns. It's virtually a 2-edged sword. The coming of the Lord for the church, the coming of the Lord to basically drain the swamp and clean up the mess and rule with a rod of iron a very impenitent world.
Camille, how connected do we see these letters to the Thessalonians to some of the prophecies that come from the Old Testament? And here's a reiteration of some of the thoughts that have come through Old Testament prophets.
Well, the thing about the Old Testament prophets is they speak about the coming of Messiah, and they speak about a kingdom, an Israelite kingdom or Israelite-led kingdom, basically from the house of David, and that it will rule the whole world, and the earth shall be filled with the glory of the Lord as the waters cover the sea. In 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 in particular, it speaks about the coming of Jesus for the church. Now, this is often called the rapture or catching away. It is a biblical doctrine. And surprisingly, it is a very controversial one. Now, you would think the church should be all united that Christ is coming. But there is division. And part of it, or actually a major part, is the timing. Will this event happen before a tribulation period? Will it happen in the middle of this tribulation period? Will it happen at the end? Now, I don't want to confuse people with all the different theories. We don't have the time. But without question, every Bible-believing Christian should accept the fact that Christ is coming. He will come in what is called the parousia. That's the Greek word, parousia, a visible coming, a bodily coming, a personal coming. He's not coming as a ghost or as a wind or as a puff of air. He is coming for his church. He comes in the clouds. He then comes with a loud voice, sound of the last trump, and the voice of the archangel. And it says in chapter 4 of 1 Thessalonians, the dead in Christ shall rise first, and that we who are alive and remain shall be caught up together in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. So basically, we should all agree on a couple of points here, Neil. One is that Christ is coming back for his church. That should be a unanimous consensus. And the second thing is when he comes back, we will be with him forever.
Faith and the Future with Neil Johnson and Dr. Camille Majdali from Teach All Nations. For more from Dr. Majdali, including books and DVDs on prophecy, Bible commentaries, plus today's and other episodes of Faith and the Future, go to vision.org.au.
Thanks for taking time to listen to this audio on demand from Vision Christian Media. To find out more about us, go to vision.org.au.